Hello, my name is Peregrine, and thank you so much for the love in the last video. I was concerned that it would be way too niche to gain any traction, but no, people loved it. So yeah, let's make this into a series. So I'm bringing you the doubles format gym leader teams for each Overwatch hero based on their personality, motif, lore, and interactions. First off for this video, I'm going to give you the biggest boss bitch to ever belittle and butcher the baddies. We have Domina. Now obviously Domina's most notable personality trait is her wealth, entitlement, and bitchy glorious girl boss personality, which reflects in her team, starting with her lead support mon, Carbink. Obviously, diamonds are a massive status of wealth and popularity, more than pretty much any other item, but not only that, Domina's E and ult have a strong crystal motif, reflecting Carbink's design. Now let's talk about the moveset. Domina's lead support Carbink is exactly what she wants from a man. He comes in, uses Reflect and Light Screen to support the rest of the team, and for an extended duration due to the held item the Light Clay, sets up Stealth Rocks to irritate opponents, break sashes, then after he's done everything he can to help her, promptly explodes, doing high damage to the enemy and allowing for a very slow pivot. There's no doubt in my mind that when Carbink explodes, she's probably going to pawn off the diamonds for a high price, Halisher probably farms Carbink in the background, the poor motherfuckers. He's basically the anti-Diancie. Synergizing with the Carbink lead is a second Pokemon, Goldengo. This one is just a no-brainer. She likes money, this guy is money. The jokes write themselves. As an already fairly bulky sweeper, it benefits massively from screens being set up, and its Steel and Ghost typing is a very good type overall, but the Ghost in particular means that it doesn't take any damage from Carbink's explosion. This Goldengo set is made to be as sweaty as possible, as Domina knows nothing about honest gameplay or being a gym that people can beat that easily. So here we have Protect to avoid damage while Carbink sets the screens, and to bait Mons into attacking it after it uses its other move Nasty Plot to double its special attack, and to represent the fact that every single thing Domina has ever done has been a nasty plot of sorts. Then of course the staple stab moves of Make It Rain and Shadow Ball for damage. I'd imagine Domina has very much loved the out-of-battle effect of Making It Rain. To go along with Domina's fabulous fashion and general Conti personality, I personally bought her this purebred Cinccino. Holding the loaded dice, this Cinccino doesn't need to use Skill Link, similar to how Domina didn't need much skill either, preferring to use Technician to get boosts on those low base power moves. This furry fashionista hits surprisingly hard with Technician boosted moves like Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and Triple Axle. The only thing I am worried about for this Cinccino is that, according to an interaction with Lucio, Domina's favourite animal is chinchillas and she does like to skin them. So, good luck on this team, Cinccino, you're going to need it. Now, who is dark, slender, catty, and known for being a scummy thief? Well, Domina, obviously, but also Lipard. Lipard is a pretty mid-tier prankster mon, however, I've decided this team needs much more special pressure, and we need a second carrier for Domina's TM Nasty Plot. So I bring you the worst Lipard set of all time. Clap your ass cheeks together for Focus Sash, Unburden, Fake Out, Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, and Burning Jealousy Lipard. Fake Out is obviously good for doubles util, Focus Sash and Unburden go together quite well. Dark Pulse Stab, and Burning Jealousy is good for fire coverage, but is also an incredibly relevant move for Varia, as jealousy has been a big problem in her life. She's very angry at anyone who has had something that she doesn't, and is notably furious in a comic about other architects who are naturally gifted with Heartlight, like Symmetra or Lifeweaver. Again, Conti and catty, but more representative of her real personality, we have the underrated and underappreciated Sinnomon Peregrine. Peregrine is a sadistic and spoiled Pokemon, seemingly all born with silver spoons in their mouth just like Domina. The way in which Peregrine seems to use its tail as a corset also demonstrates as a key reminder of Domina's vanity, and it looks like she also could be wearing something tummy suppressing, despite how awesome she would look with it out. Bursting aside, this Peregrine is a fast and bulky support Pokemon, with Fake Out to apply doubles pressure, allowing for Nasty Plot Pokemon to set up, Charm to lower opponent physical attacks, Hypnosis to spread sleep, and Super Fang for reliable damage. Now don't get me wrong, I know this set sucks. You thought I was going to say but, there is no but, this set just sucks. And finally, for our jewel-encrusted Greedy Goblin CEO, we have an equally jewel-encrusted Greedy Goblin, a mischievous ace, and the crown jewel of Domina's team, Mega Sableye. If it wasn't for its desire to eat precious gems, I'd imagine having a Sableye in the Pokemon world is a bit of a status symbol itself. However, due to how willing she was to throw away all of those priceless artifacts to catch a Lifeweaver, it appears she doesn't give a flying fuck about her treasures that much, so it wouldn't surprise me if this was the best fed Sableye in the whole world, throwing its scraps of the many Carbinks she's killed and farmed, or just things she's bought off from her recent purchases. Just like Domina, this Sableye is a real piece of shit, running Chip Stall with Toxic for bulky mons, Will-O-Wisp, and Foul Play for physical attackers, and Recover to, well, recover. The best part about this Sableye is she can keep it unmegged for as long as she needs, only choosing to Mega Evolve it for the bulk and Magic Bounce for things like Stealth Rocks, Toxic, or Taunt. Overall, this team is not the greatest, it can still be defeated, so, you know, there's probably a lot of way around it, but this is one hell of a cancerous team, and you will feel like the people of Rio de Janeiro when Vishkar came in, as in, you will want to kill Vishkar. Secondly, for this video, I bring you the opposite of Domina, an intelligent, empathetic angel, Mercy. Starting with a representative of her optimistic, supportive attitude and feminine energy, I bring you Indeedee Female, a brilliant VGC Pokemon, but also well known as the Emotion Pokemon, with horns able to pick up human emotions, and known to be servers at the Pokemon Centers of Galar, most supportive Pokemon to Mercy. This particular set is based purely on supporting its teammates with no way of attacking, just like Mercy. Follow Me means it takes the brunt of attackers straight to the face, distracting from its partner to either set up or attack, Heal Pulse to represent Flash Heal and healing in general, Helping Hand to represent Blue Beam, and Baton Pass for how many Mercy players run away to their E-Daddies. But the most supportive part of all is in the ability. Indeedee has one of the best abilities in the game in Psychic Surge, which sets up Psychic Terrain, allowing the field to be completely negated of priority moves, boosting Psychic type attacks, and most importantly, upgrading the move Expanding Force alongside its partner lead, Gardevoir. Gardevoir is another brilliant representative in power and beauty in feminine designs. Gardevoir is also coincidentally has a horn that can detect human emotions and is fiercely protective of their trainer, said to be able to summon a small black hole, whatever the living fuck that could possibly mean. Like I said, the Psychic Terrain complements Gardevoir as it no longer has to worry about things like Sucker Punch, but also boosts its move Expanding Force into a much more powerful move, with access to Life Orb as well, now hitting 2 targets and doing insane damage. Plus, we also have Calm Mind to help it set up and get bulkier and stronger, Moonblast for massive damage, and Aura Sphere for coverage in Dark types and Steel types that can survive the Expanding Force and be a giant menace for this team. As a representative of Guardian Angel and Valkyrie, we have our favourite flying support Mon Togekiss. Said to be the bringer of happiness and known to show up in times of crisis to help those in need, Togekiss feels like a good partner Pokemon for Mercy, probably given to her as an egg, just like Misty. In Pokemon Platinum, this Pokemon's Pokedex entry states that it shares many blessings with people who respect one another's rights and avoid needless strife, which is not only true for Mercy in the lore sense, but also represents the conflict adverseness and many blessings that Mercy mains can provide in-game. This brilliant supportive set involves the abuse of Serene Grace Air Slash, wasting opponents' turns, roosting away the damage, and plenty of speed control in Tailwind and Thunder Wave to make sure that those flinches can hit. Essentially what this Togekiss wants to do is sit on the field as long as possible, harassing the enemy until they eventually give up or die to their partner Pokemon, which is, again, a nice representation of Mercy's actual gameplay. Another conflict-adverse Mon, yet deceptively hard-hitting, is that of Sylveon. Sylveon is somewhat of a monster in VGC, offering a ridiculous amount of damage that can randomly nuke your team, which is odd considering how similar to Mercy, outside of the battlefield, Sylveon is an incredibly loving and emotionally sensitive Pokemon, with a unique ability to create soothing aura from its ribbons, but also have the ability to detect emotions like the rest of this team for some fucking reason. As a medic, this type of Pokemon would be invaluable, as Sylveon would be able to detect emotions for people who struggle to communicate what's wrong, like someone with low-functioning autism or young children, which could help everyone's favourite doctor to get a diagnosis. Now yes, Sylveon is a little charmer, however this set is based on doing pure damage. As much as I'd like to make this more representative of Mercy as a whole, I have to have some damage on this team, or if you tried to use this team you would simply fall over and die. So for this set, we are rocking the staples of Calm Mind and Pixelate and Fairy Feather boosted Hyper Voice, alongside Shadow Ball for coverage to hit Ghost types that threaten Gardevoir, and psychic types that have a good amount of resist for the team. And just in case of a certain move that counters this entire team, I'm bringing the portable nuke of Sylveon's Pixelate Hyper Beam. Holy shit, I'm mortified and scarred for life by that Hyper Beam. The next Pokemon I'm very, very proud of, because none of you are going to see this coming. None of you have even expected this. Except, I suppose some people might have, but I doubt it. This is Pawmot, the Pikachu clone of Paldea. Did you know that Mercy's favourite animal was a tree squirrel? Well, not completely a squirrel, it is based on a marmot, which is a type of rodent, so she probably likes it, especially in its more squirrely baby forms. But the two things Pawmot really brings to the Mercy-shaped table are based in its moveset. While yes, having close combat for stab and Volt Switch to pivot and use Natural Cure to remove any potential burns, its most Mercy-like moves are Revival Blessing and Double Shock. Revival Blessing is obvious, it's res, isn't it? However, Double Shock is a move where Pawmot uses a short burst of electricity up the palms of its hands. Can you think of a place in a hospital where that could be helpful? Pawmot is literally a walking defibrillator. While this isn't the case in battle, this mod essentially has two ways to help save the almost dead, making it the perfect partner for a travelling doctor. And last, but certainly not least, we have the ace of Mercy's team, the often forgotten and overlooked Mega Rodino. Another very emotionally aware Pokemon, they are known in Unova as common Pokemon Center workers, seen with Nurse Joy doing everything they can to ensure the patient is happy and healthy. Unlike the other many emotion detectors on our team, Audino also has the ability to gauge physical conditions, making it an absolute necessity for most hospitals. And as we learned in the Pokédex entry Pokemon Legends ZA, Mega Rodino even has the ability to induce a coma-like sleep for those in need of intense and invasive surgery. This Audino set is made to patch some of the holes in the team, carrying Ice Beam and Flamethrower for coverage, Dazzling Gleam for obvious stab, and it is the second and final user of the Mercy Gym's TM of choice, Heal Pulse, hopefully using it on Gardevoir, Sylveon and Pawmot to keep them happy and healthy, just as Mercy keeps you happy and healthy. And with that, my second video on the series is complete. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have the next video coming in the next couple of days. This was going to come out a little bit earlier, but I got some bad news that completely fried my brain, so I was out of commission for a couple of days, but it's out now. I'm happy with it, and thank you for watching. And of course, as I am legally required to do, I would like to thank my eggs. And of course, as I am legally required to do, I would like to thank my eggs. Cameron Wilson Van, Cherry Balls, God Noodle, Slater Rex, The Perhapsy, Wafflers, The Spare, Lord Gregos, Broomy, and Gothic Dino. Thank you for your continued support.